Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, we will show you how we have created this facilities management dashboard in Microsoft Power BI. As you are seeing my screen, this is the Power BI desktop application file wherein we have designed this dashboard, and here this is the overview page. In the left hand side we have given this navigation pane, then on the top we have given some slicers. Here we have given some cards, then few charts. We have used this beautiful background to create this dashboard. Here we are showing the first total request, then open request percentage, high priority request, medium priority request, and the closed request. Okay, we are showing here in progress request percentage also on this gauge chart, and this is the total request by the department. This is the high priority request by the location and high priority request percentage by the issue type. You can select any month from here. If you want to see the data for the specific month, you can see that is being changed, or if you want to select any issue type, you can just select that. Accordingly the whole page will be filtered, or by location also. So this is totally dynamic. Then we have this next page, department analysis. You can just click on this button. Now it will take you to the department analysis page, wherein we are showing the same slicers on the top. Then here we are showing the high priority percentage by the department. This is the open request by the department, and here we are showing the in progress request percentage by the department. Then the next is the issue analysis, and here we are showing the various issue type. So we can see here whether the cleaning issue, safety issue, lightning, or the cooling, or the water leak issue. So we have seen here the various complaints for the various type of issue type. Then low priority issue we can see here in the percentage, and in progress issue type. Again, you can select any department if you want to see these complaints by a specific department, so you can see that. Then the next page is the location analysis, and here in the location analysis we are showing the total request by the locations. So we can see these are location like maintenance unit, warehouse, or head office, or regional office. You can put your own locations also as you want. Then here we have the again department, so you can select the department here, and the high priority percentage complaints, and this is the in progress request by the location. Now we are showing here monthly trends and total request by the month name we are showing here, and then high priority percentage by the month name, in progress request by the month name. Okay, so this is all in this dashboard. Now I will show you how we have created this. First let me show you the data. Here we have this data. In the data we have the request date, then we have here requested by. Here we have location, department, issue type, priority, and the status, whether it is the in progress or open. Then using this data we have created few measures like total request. So we are just taking the total request as a count rows of the data sheet. Then next we are taking here open request. In the open request we just have used the calculate function, count rows, and wherein status equal to open. Now already we have taken this total request and we have calculated open request. Now we are calculating the open request percentage using the divide function, and here we are using the open request as a numerator, comma total request as a denominator. We have already created these two separate measures. Okay, so this will be open request percentage. Similarly we are calculating at the priority level and the status level percentage like medium priority. So we are taking here priority is medium and the percentage, the method is same. Similarly we have created the other measures also like low priority percentage, in progress percentage, high priority and high priority percentage, close request and close request percentage. Okay, we have created this calendar tables also using the dex function. This is the calculated table. So let me show you the formula here. We have used the first minimum and maximum date variable from the request date column we have here, and then we have used the calendar function, and we are providing start date and the end date as minimum date and max date. Once the calendar will be ready, then we are creating here add columns function. We can show this how it will work here in the DAX query also. So let me put this function. Minimum date and maximum date also should be copied. So let's copy it from here. Let's take the date, this one. Let's use this, then I can show you quickly how it will look here. Run, we can see this. Okay, it is giving the date column. Now we have this date column, so we can use the add columns function over this add columns, and then we are taking this as a table, and then here we can put comma, and let's say I want to add the year, and then I will put the formula or the expression. So I can use the year function, and let's use the year from this date column. Put it in the square bracket date, and just close this and close one more bracket, then run. Inverted comma was not closed. Okay, now let's run. Here we can see the year is available, right? Now we can add more column, like I'm saying month number. Okay, to get the month number you can use the month function, and let's use here again that date, and let's run. So we have month number here. You can take the month name also, or only month. So let's say I'm taking here month, then you can put here mmm thrice or 4 times, it's up to you. First use the format function, then use date, the square bracket date, and then put here mmm thrice and run this. We can see month is also here, and then if you want to take the quarter, you can just use, let's say, quarter, and you can use the format function, again take date, and for quarter we can use q here. Okay, let's run this. We can see the quarter number. If you want to use the q before that or qtr, you can type here accordingly and just put here end, and let's run this. So we can see the quarter 3 qtr 3, something like that. Similar to this, we have created this calendar, and here let me show you, we have added some week number and the other things also. Once this calendar is ready, then you can create a relationship like we have created here calendar, and then we have created this relationship with the date and the request date. All right, and you can create this calendar from the modeling, and here we have one new table option. Okay, so create this from here. Now once everything is ready, then what we can do, we can create this background in the PowerPoint. In the PowerPoint we have already created this. These are normal rectangles and everything. So let me show you. If I make this duplicate and I select this all and I delete it, so the background is still there. Okay, if right click format canvas, and here we can see one image, that is VG1. Okay, so you can create that in the PowerPoint, and you can save it as image, and then you can just upload that here in the canvas background, so that your background is ready and you can just place the visual over this. Okay, let me show you in the overview. So for example, this chart, if I move this, background is still there, or if I move this card, then the background is still there. All right, so that is how we have created this. And to connect with the data, or first let me show you the data. Data is available here. Let me open this. Data is available in Microsoft Excel. This is the Microsoft Excel file, and we have connected with this data. Okay, so let me show you how you can connect after downloading this, because it is connected with my system as of now. So let me come to the Power BI file, and here go to the home tab, transform data, and just click on data source setting. In this window you can see this is the path, so you can say just change data source, and then it will show that path. You have to just put the path of complete file. You can use the browse function also, and then you can select that file and just close this. And now if you apply changes, it will connect automatically. It is loading the data. Okay, so that is how you can connect with your data. You can make the changes in the Excel file. Don't make the changes in the columns. You can just append your data. Okay, you can remove this data and just put your data, just delete it from here like this, and just put your data, and Power BI will consider the data automatically. Okay, when you refresh this, and this is one time activity. Once you connected this, so next time whenever you are updating, you just need to refresh the data here, this one. All right friends, So friends, that is how we have created this Power BI dashboard. Friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for the watching.